Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomat YouTube channel, everybody. Lanny, Bert, the Dividend Diplomat, everybody. We had an exciting week of dividend increases. There were 8 dividend increases that we are about to feature in this video. So let's see how many of these companies you own and if your dividend income grew without having to lift a finger.
But before we dive into the not one, but 8 dividend growth stocks in this video, smash the crap out of that subscribe button. Definitely give this video a thumbs up. Smack it. It takes about 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Bert, now it's time to get in now that everybody's liked this video. Because, Bert, again, before we do this, we're trying to reach the millions and millions of dividend investors out there, Bert. So what happened this past week of December 6th?
We saw a lot of companies increase that dividend. We are always on the lookout for stocks that are increasing their dividend. We are monitoring our portfolio to see if our income grows. We're looking to find new stocks that are growing their income. And you know what? We just like to know about all dividend increases that are going on in the market to see, is there a trend that is going on? Because you know what? The trend that we're seeing, and we've seen all throughout the year, is that dividend increases were back in 2021 after they went on a hiatus during the beginning of the pandemic.
Guys, you could tell Bert's so pumped up here because investing in the dividend stocks, the beauty of it is watching your income grow from dividend growth. Your passive income stream grows because of dividend increases, because obviously you own these dividend stocks. So, Bert, you want to jump out the gate and start listing out what we're about to talk about?
Yeah, this one is a classic here. This first dividend stock that we're going to feature is a railroad here, not Norfolk Southern, which we both own. There we go, boy. Let's bring it back the train again, the dividend train. This first one here is Union Pacific, ticker symbol UNP. Railroads have an interesting trend that's different than many of the other sectors. Union Pacific, like NSC and like others, increase their dividend twice per year. At least they have been recently. This is actually Union Pacific's second dividend increase. The first one was in January. This one, they increased that dividend, quarterly dividend, from $1.07 to $1.18 per share, a 10.3% increase. That's huge for just being the first dividend increase. Their yield is now 1.9%. But I mentioned this was their second dividend increase. The first one of the year increased that dividend from 97 cents to $1.07. So they've grown their dividend a lot this year.
They've grown it a ton. It's all about dividend growth for the railroads. UNP is on the tracks trying to deliver more cash to you, the shareholder. Bert, my gosh, even though they only yield 1.9%, the overall dividend growth this year is just out of this world for Union.
Yeah, that's a dividend factor that we can all get on board with. Isn't that right, Lanny?
100%. Hop on this train because guess what? That locomotive is moving fast. In the words of a movie, I'm looking and I'm liking.
Love it, Lanny. Absolutely love it. You know that's going to be the theme throughout this video here if we feature the other 7 dividend increases. This one's actually interesting, the second one on the list, because it was actually lower than the company's 5-year average dividend growth rate. It's something that we weren't expecting a dividend increase this low.
With the low dividend yield, we're talking about Abbott Labs, ticker symbol ABT. The parent, the one that spun off into AbbVie, only had an increase of 4.4% from 45 cents to 47 cents per share per quarter, Bert.
Yeah, it's not right. They're usually right around that double-digit percent.
It's not right. It's not.
No, it's not there. Not a fan of what we are seeing from Abbott Labs. Man,
for not Janie Briggs, the paint-covered overalls.
And that ponytail. Oh, no, not But yeah, no, we'll have to see what's going to come about for Abbott Labs. It's going to be a theme for other companies too, because yeah, we saw strong dividend growth for a lot of companies in 2021. And yeah, if a dividend aristocrat like Abbott's not hitting their average dividend growth rate, let's hope that's not the trend we see next year in 2022.
Again, Abbott only 1.4%. All right, Bert. That enough of these first 2. Let's talk about this third company. Let's hear it from you.
Have we talked about this company on this YouTube channel before?
Once, twice, 10 times, Corona, COVID-19, Omicron, Delta variant, needles in your arm.
Yeah, I oddly that hits it. Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. Oddly, yeah, that covered it well. They increased that dividend only 1 cent per quarter from 39 cents to 40 cents, a 2.6% increase. But wait a second. Let's talk about this for a second because they had that secret built-in dividend increase last year when they did not decrease after spinning off Viatris. So still lower than what you're wanting during the year, but they had a massive secret dividend increase earlier in the year. After this, their yield is above 3% at 3.04%. We know we love Pfizer. I was just kidding. We talk about Pfizer all the time on here. We both own a very nice position. Pfizer, we've been buying Viatris. If you've been watching our weekly purchase videos that we've had over the last several months. So big opportunity in the farm sector. And this is going to be a big month for pharmaceutical companies increasing their dividend because Bristol Myers Squibb will be doing it in a few weeks too. There are going to be some other ones that we'll be announcing too. This fourth one though, Lanny, why don't you tell us about this fourth one? Because you were pretty freaking excited when they made this announcement because it kind of came out of the left field, didn't it?
Finally, CVS has come back to the dividend growth. Yes, that was my best rock impersonation right there for the return.
For everyone keeping track, that's 2 rock references for Lanny so far in this video. Here, we've gotten 2. Let's see how many we're going to get by the end of this video.
If you smell what the diplomats are cooking. So
Great.
CVS, ticker symbol CVS, came in with a whopping 10% dividend increase. Finally, going from 50 cents per share per quarter all the way to 55 cents. That's what I like to see, finally making up for all the years where after the big Aetna purchase, acquisition, obviously they had to pay down debt. I had a feeling they were going to do it last year in 2020. Pandemic kind of changed those plans. I had a strong feeling about this year. I mean, I knew I was wrong last year, but I will make the excuse that it was because of the pandemic, but they're back. Dividend growth, CVS now yielding over 2.25%. Let's go.
Yeah, that was huge. It's your point. It's what we've been waiting for after this Aetna acquisition. We knew management was very transparent that they weren't going to increase their dividend. So it wasn't as if it was a surprise that they stopped increasing their dividend since 2017. It's just nice to see them back in that dividend growth mode. We are excited. We are amped up. We both have positions in CVS, so we received a huge dividend increase right there. It's going to be tough to keep up that level of excitement because of how pumped up we were for CVS. But that fifth one, let's move into stock number 5 here, Waste Management, ticker symbol WM. They increased that quarterly dividend from 57 cents to 65%. That is a 13% increase right there. That's the largest one we've had so far, isn't it, Lanny? That's number.
But you can argue it is the largest one only because, again, Union Pacific, that was their second increase this year, which happened to be a double digit. But yeah, Waste Management taking out the trash, and then they're leaving a little bit of cash for you.
And so it's like when you recycle, you put the bottles in, you get a couple quarters out there, whatever it is, Waste Management throwing those back to you. But the fund didn't stop there, though. They also announced a $1.5 billion share buyback. I think we talked about trends that are going on. That is something that we're starting to see a lot more of, dividend increases and large share buyback programs. In our video last week, we noticed this with the Canadian banks too. Each one of the Canadian banks announced a large dividend increase and a large share buyback. Banks have been announcing large share buybacks. Other companies have been announcing large share buybacks. Bottom line, a lot of cash is going back to shareholders in the form of dividend increases and share repurchase programs.
Well, Bert, it's time for us to step into the semiconductor industry here. We're talking the ones that develop and build the infrastructure for software products, all across the spectrum here. I actually thought that you owned the stock, so I have to mistake and apologize earlier. But for the 6th dividend stock that increased their dividend is Broadcom, ticker symbol ABGO. Now, Bert, we just said Waste Management had the largest, but what did Broadcom just do?
I always love when in the Royal Rumble when a new person comes in the ring and just immediately throws the other person over the top rope right there. That's exactly what Broadcom just did with a 13.9% dividend increase. They increased that dividend from $3.60 to $4.10. Yeah, again, a 13.9% increase. Yield is 2.6%. Not only did they blow them out of the water from the dividend increase perspective, Lanny, they knocked their socks off with the share repurchase program as well, announcing a $10 billion share buyback program. Yeah, that sums it up right there. Just forget it out of here. Forget about it.
Just insane. You know, good job. Congrats to the shareholders.
Maybe we have to do a video on this one before the end of the year. I mean, 13.9% dividend increase, 2.6% yield right there. Large share buyback program. Let's see if it's an undervalued stock to buy.
A good compliment to an Intel position.
Yeah, I think it's a worthwhile video for us to do in the coming weeks.
Sounds like you're about to own 100 shares of Broadcom.
5,000 shares. Why stop at 100?
All right. So now the 7th dividend stock to announce an increase. Bert, is this the dividend aristocrat?
It is HVAC at the sexiest of all the sectors out there.
Now, they also do a lot with security monitoring as well because they acquired Tyco.
That's right. That is right. It's the company that, yeah.
It's the sexiest company. You got Tesla, you got the Meta. You're talking about crypto. We've got, Netflix. We're still talking about Amazon. But how about Johnson Controls, ticker symbol JCI? They announced a 26% dividend increase. Holy smokes. Going from 27 cents to 34 cents per share per quarter. What?
Yeah, Broadcom, get out of the ring. Enter. Yeah, get out. All right. Yeah, this is Johnson Controls ring.
I'm going cross-eyed here, Bert.
Yeah, that's insane. Their yield is 1.71% now after that dividend increase. And they also announced a 1.4 billion share buyback program as well for next year.
For the love of God, for all humanity.
Yeah.
Johnson Controls. My goodness. Okay.
Yeah,
1.7%.
Yeah, 26% increase. It's just insanity.
Wow. Okay. So Bert, so last but not least, we're talking about Buckle. Ticker symbol BKE. Now, this one, a little coming out of nowhere. So we all know about, I think, Buckle, the store, the clothing brand, jeans, shoes, other designer wear products. So guys, they've had a very interesting last 18 months. They postponed the dividend during the pandemic, resumed it back at 30 cents, which was higher than the 25 cents pre-pandemic. And then they announced a special dividend last December of about, $2. But this year, they just announced another dividend increase. Well, they actually had one from 30 cents to 33 cents earlier in 2021. So now they've gone from 33 cents to 35 cents. So wait, hold on. There's so much going on with Buckle. 2 dividend increases. The second one being this one, 33 to 35 cents for 6%. But bro, what else did they just announce with this?
A massive special dividend. So to help put this in perspective before I tell you what the special dividend is, Buckle closed at $50.65 per share. Buckle just announced a $5.65 special dividend right there. So I would say the 6.1% increase was the rock bottom, right? And then they got up, yep, there it is. The people's elbow was that massive, massive special dividend where they just lay the smackdown on dividend investors right there. It's insane.
So they're giving back 10% in a special dividend to you, the shareholders, for owning Buckle. How many shareholders out there, how many investors own Buckle stock? I don't own them. Bert, do you own them?
I don't, but please let us know because that's an insane, absolute insanity for the special dividend.
And they currently yield, I believe now, post this increase, they're going to yield about 2.6%. So that's a good yield. You're getting solid growth, 2 dividend raises, plus almost an annual special dividend.
Yeah, so insane. I am, and they had a special dividend last year too. So last year's special dividend was $2 per share too. So wasn't like this isn't something they're used to doing. So maybe they're just one of those companies like Scott's Miracle Grow where they
They
do
do
the
it every
dividend.
year. Buckle does it every year.
Yeah, all right. So that's their trend. So you're getting a 2.6% yield without the special dividend. Then you're getting the special dividend on top of that. Yeah. Hmm. Another video of is Buckle an undervalued stock to buy? We're gonna have to, right?
Is it time to strap on the buckle? Is it time to buckle up with this dividend stock?
That's where I thought you were going with the first one. But all right, everybody, because I mean, I need to take a breath here for a second. This is an insane week of dividend increases. It was absolute insanity. Because this wasn't just a marginal small dividend increases. We had 8 insane dividend increases right there. Let's just summarize them quickly. Union Pacific, ticker symbol UNP, announced a 10.3% dividend increase. That was their second dividend increase this year. Abbott Labs, 4.4% increase, their ticker symbol ABT. Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE, 2.6% dividend increase. CVS, the showstopper, ticker symbol CVS at 10%. Waste Management, ticker symbol WM, 13%. Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO, 13.9%. These numbers just keep getting large. It's insane. Johnson Controls, the sexiest of the group, with the ticker symbol JCI at a 26% dividend increase. And Buckle, ticker symbol BKE, 6.1% with a 5.65 per share special dividend. That's 10% plus on the company's current share price. Insanity.
Guys, dividend growth stocks. Bert, how many of these companies do you own?
Actually, a good question. Pfizer, CVS. Dude, I bet in 250. So today's major leagues, that would get us probably a $50 million per year contract because you don't need to hit for average anymore.
Yeah, let's go ask Frankie Lindor that.
Yeah. What about you, Andy? How many of these companies do you own?
I own, well, Pfizer and CVS. Really happy about that CVS increase. Pfizer, I'm happy as well. I honestly wasn't anticipating much from Pfizer this year, so that's quite all right. You know, a disappointing surprise was Abbott Labs, but we've got a few shockers in here from Broadcom, Johnson Controls, and Buckle.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic week. That's why, this is why we love dividend investing, why we love monitoring dividend growth stocks, always full of surprises. Think about the value that was just transferred from companies into your brokerage accounts, into your wallet there, income that you earned without having to lift a finger. You didn't have to do anything to get those dividend increases besides buy that stock at some point in the past.
Yeah, you're 100% right. So how many stocks do you guys own out of these 8? What other stock dividend increases did you receive this past week of December 6th? Share those in the comments. And if you haven't done so already, definitely, smash the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat in the dividends, and give us this thumbs up because we really appreciate it. Bert, any other parting words?
Let's keep buying some income producing assets, everybody. This video is an example of why you keep taking your cash off the sidelines and buying dividend growth stocks.
Guys, that was Bert the Hurt and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.